the average American lefty, like left-wing person, was living in terror the months before the election. I have great faith. So I was one of these people who was absolutely knew that Obama was going to win. But when he did win, you know, no matter how much faith or how little faith you have, for me, I mean, there was a dual victory. It was the victory of someone like Barack Obama, a man of African descent in the United States, for someone like him to finally overcome hundreds of years of prejudice and distrust and racism from a country who's been the star student of prejudice and distrust and hatred of black people was a remarkable feat of the imagination. Because if you think about it, it was his imagination. He, despite what everybody said, was like, I can be president. And that takes an incredible force of the imagination. And then the second thing, of course, is that, look, man, Obama isn't just like a black dude who's super good looking and brilliant and talented in office. He comes out of a tradition which me and many of my friends belong to, which is what they jumped on him for. If you remember, during the early parts of the campaign, they always said, he is nothing but a community organizer. Well, in the United States, there's a huge tradition of young people of color who organize in their community. That's what's best about America. This came out of the civil rights movement. Young people dedicated to making the United States better. And so it was a victory, not just on a racial, cultural level. It was also a victory for a strand of American thought which has long been eclipsed by conservatism, but has been incredibly important to the American character, which is, you know, socially positive, justice-minded community organism. And for me, it was like falling asleep and waking up in Wonderland in Oz. Yeah, I mean, we're still celebrating. We are still celebrating. The country is burning to the ground. Yeah, we're all like losing all our jobs. You know, the wars are going terrible in Afghanistan, but we're all still having carnival. So journalists in America and elsewhere spent 2 years telling the American people the Latinos would never vote for a black man. You know, making us look like we were more racist than white people. I mean, that's what was fascinating. For 2 years, it was a mantra. It was a beat that never stopped. Numerically, it was the Latino vote who gave Barack Obama the election. I mean, the states that they flipped were the states that he needed. Yeah, they flipped Florida. They flipped New Mexico. Yeah, they flipped Virginia. It was the election. And it's no accident that immediately, you know, he named a Latino labor, you know, head of labor, because he's got to pay the debts. You know, and I think, you know, our community is an extraordinary one. And I hope people begin to see far more dynamic, yeah, and far more, I would say, independent-minded than anyone would care to imagine. And the election of Barack Obama is a perfect example.